Hi, thanks for joining the SG Child Show today. I am so happy to have Tracee Garner with me this afternoon. And we are going to dive deep into her passions and what got her there and into this community. So, without further ado, Tracee, thanks for being here with me.
Sure, Sarah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's really great to meet you. And you know sometimes resources available just around the nation are so important to because some people might be looking or listening in a place that's right there, right? And you never know,
Yes.
and it's like it's so hard to reach the people you don't know need you. Those are the hardest people to
Right.
find.
And
Well,
everybody needs something and someone. And
yeah.
it's getting worse. It's getting worse. We need more people and more resources. And sadly, they're dwindling, but
Yeah,
there's still a lot of good people and a lot of good services out here for everybody to take
absolutely.
advantage of and everybody to chip in.
And tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there and introduce yourself.
Sure, sure. I live in Northern Virginia, just outside of DC, and about 45 minutes. And I am an advocate for people with disabilities. I've worked at a Center for Independent Living for 17 years
Wow.
in September. And I'm also a published author. I've written and published 22 books. Uh, number
Wow.
23, yeah, coming out in hopefully October, fingers crossed. We'll
Oh,
see. I
love
have two
that.
books that are supposed to come out in October, and I just think, what a crazy mission I did. But in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to see if I can do it, and it's gonna be amazing if I can pull it off.
Wow. I have 7, and that always
Awesome.
seems like a lot, but wow, I'm
That
so
is a lot.
excited. I love to hear that. I think that, it's so great when we can not only, fulfill like our ideas and turn things, especially our creative endeavors, into something
Yes.
that serves more than ourselves and our communities and everything. That's amazing. I'm really excited to hear more about it. So tell us like kind of what got you into this.
Yeah, well, what got me into writing is just I really kind of suffered from it back then. It was kind of an undiagnosed depression, but really I was dealing with a lot of things. I was in community college after failing my 4 year school, a big school, George Mason University. I got in, I was so happy, and then they kicked me out for bad grades, academic probation, and then we moved to a whole new area. It wasn't that far from where I live, but it was just a new county and new people. And my dad's like, roll up there to the community college. It's great. You'll do fine. And it actually was the best thing for me. Smaller classes, people who really cared. I'm the poster child for community college. It's a lot of money, even, but it's not as much money as a big, huge university. I mean, at Mason, I was in a class with 300 people. And honestly, at community college, I was never in a class. It was like high school. I wasn't in a class larger than 30 or 40 other
Mhm.
students. And so just navigating that, trying to pass math for liberal arts. It's in my math class where I was failing miserably. I had to take it twice. And
Oh,
it's supposed to be the math for art type people. So I just started writing on my notebook page, turned the paper over from whatever the teacher was talking about, and kind of disappeared into another world that I created. And I entered a contest while I was in community college and won the contest.
wow.
That contest included a trip to New York to meet publishers. It was like a legitimate contest with one of the largest African American publishing houses at that time.
I love
Trip to
that.
New York and advance, and of course, publication. And my book came out, this was like 25 years ago, and I still talk about it because it just changed my life. Just
Wow.
finding
Yeah.
something that I felt validated, and it was amazing. It was amazing. And since then, I just kept writing. I got a book deal for more books, and I also self-published. And it was just, it just
Nice.
really rose my confidence,
Yeah.
grew my confidence. I finished at community college. I went back to a different 4 year university, Old Dominion, and graduated from there with my bachelor's. But it was just such an amazing, it was a difficult time, but writing has always helped me through my feelings.
Mm.
I only really started journaling in the last 3 or 4 years because I was like, I'm living vicariously through my characters. I don't need to journal. I'm writing, 100,000 word tunes. I don't have to do any, but journaling has just also really helped my mental health. And now I'm a champion of that just because I'm using it so much.
I love that. And I always love to remind people that journaling can take so many forms. You don't have to just do pen to paper. You can do it in so many ways. Audio now these days, you can
I do.
draw a
Yeah.
picture of something, like it literally
Absolutely.
like just capture whatever
Yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
going through things. So I
Yeah,
love
because my hands are getting weaker. I actually not. I'm journaling on Notion, so
yeah.
I just open a Notion page and just write the date and just start typing
I
because
love
it's
that.
becoming easier. And I use dictation more too because of my neuromuscular disease and how that is affecting my muscles. So there's more than one way to skin this cat. You don't have to be beholden to pen and paper. And I still love pen and paper. I love that tactile, but
Yeah.
my hands get tired, and so dictation has just been an awesome, other support
Cool.
help
Yeah,
to get
absolutely.
it done. Yeah, tool. Thank you.
I love that. Tell us a little bit about the disability kind of advocacy part and how that has been a part of your life and drawn from.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Always. I was diagnosed at 2 years old with muscular dystrophy.
Oh,
That is a neuromuscular disease that weakens your muscles over time. I walked, excuse me, until I was about 10 years old with crutches and got my first wheelchair in elementary school. And my dad, bless his soul, rest his soul, he made me get a manual wheelchair.
no.
And then I started paying my friends in candy money. Candy, I would give them candy to push me
Taxis.
around everywhere.
I
It's
love
like
it.
I'm like, I'm tired. I can't do this. So I know it was for him an effort to kind of keep those muscles as much as they could, but they were already dwindling. So in 6th grade, I got my first pepper chair. And it was on and popping, after that. I could go
Yeah.
wherever I want. I could do whatever I needed to do. And so, yeah, so the disability is just a part of who I am. It can be very frustrating. I have caregivers. I have people that I need to coordinate to get up and lay down and, do my personal things. But once I'm in my wheelchair, I do drive in a van and everything. I've led a pretty normal life compared to some, just
Yeah.
a mental determination to try to do whatever I can. And what really helped me with my advocacy was taking partners in policy making.
Mm.
That is a 9 month, I forget how long it is because I took mine. I was like one of the first classes. So it's for parents of children with disabilities and it's for self advocates. And
Okay.
almost every state has one. One of the components in the class, it's like I go down to the state capitol every one time a month for like 6 to 9 months. But I graduated back in 2008 or so. And so that was a long time ago when I was just getting out of, or no, it might have been 14. I graduated in 1995. So it was around that time that I graduated from Partners in Policymaking. And one of the classes was writing, and pretending that you're going to be doing your 3-minute testimonial or speech to a policy person, like, board of supervisor, legislator, or, congressman, congresswoman, and the Senate. So that like really changed. Like when I started speaking up, it was almost like a Toastmasters type of thing. We have
Mm.
several modules that we learn, but I encourage every single person. I wish regular people could go through it, but regular people have Toastmasters. They can go that.
Yeah.
Partners in policy making is more for disabled, groups, the parents, and then the self advocates.
Wow.
And there were a lot more parents. Like there was only like 3 self advocates, myself and 2 other people. So that just changed everything. When I was able to articulate what I needed, increase transportation, give caregivers a healthcare option, which we still don't have. We do have increased transportation in my area, make things more accessible. All that stuff, me continuing to speak up about that just led to me becoming an advocate. I just found my voice even more because Partners in Policymaking I actually went to before I started writing. And so it just kind of like I became very outspoken, always at the board of supervisors meeting, like, give them hell, Tracee, like just kind of speaking up for people who couldn't attend or whatever.
No, I love that. And thank you. I mean, I think that so many of us create our advocacy out of our own self-determination and our own lack of access and kind of idea or even perspective of others' lack of access as well. Like I'm
Right.
so passionate about access for people, and
Mm-hmm.
it just doesn't hurt anyone, and it improves everything.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
when we can go forward with those types of notions,
Mhm.
what it can do, right?
Yes, yes. It's amazing.
I guess
It's
I need
amazing.
to
All
read
the
these.
Yeah. All the accessibility, when it comes, everybody, able bodied and disabled, rush to use it. I mean, the automatic doors, the ramps, all the things that are the accessible toilet. How
Yeah.
many times have you seen somebody in there that you probably wouldn't think because there's more room? Everybody wants more room, God
Yeah.
forbid that we, make all the stalls big. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't have to wait for the accessible stall, but I don't fault anybody because it's comfortable. If
Yeah.
nobody's there, hey, use it. I have no problem with that. And so, these things that people are shunning, it's like when it's done, you're going to use it too, and you're going to be thankful for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you'll put up a fight until it's done, and be like, oh, what a novel idea! Like we've been trying to tell you that forever.
We had this idea. Like, no, we've been telling you all along. You did not have this idea.
Yes. No, no, that is
Isn't that
all
true?
because, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah, I think that it's amazing how, thank goodness, we're like in an era where we're going to be able to, even through AI, use and have more accessibility for those who have had less access in the past. And
Right.
I welcome and bring it on. My kind of
Bring
funny
it
joke,
on. Yes.
because I was just driving with my mom the other day. We went to lunch, and I, like I said, I'm building some access tech actually, just
Nice.
in my life right now. And I want to talk about it, but she's, in
Yeah.
that generation that she does not understand what I'm even saying. And I asked her, I said, well, what kind of technology are you thankful for that has happened, since? And she said, oh,
Mhm.
the microwave, definitely the microwave.
Yeah.
It made me laugh. She's so cute. And she said, and I just hate that AI. I hate it. And I said, well, my joke about that is don't be afraid of AI. Be afraid of the people
Right.
who know how to use it, because
Yes.
that's the trick right there. No, she's so cute.
Right.
But I think
Right.
that gaining, access through whatever means necessary, I suppose, is
Yes.
really, it is so important for our world today and for the future of everyone tomorrow. Oh, I'm excited for what you're doing. So after
Mhm.
that's taken place, now kind of what was next?
Well, I continued to write my books and release them and, go and speak. And during the pandemic, I really loved that. I didn't have to go out to work anymore. And funny you should mention, we were talking about kind of people's resistance. And, I had supervisors that resisted, the idea of working from home. I remember that, my wheelchair broke one time and I was like, I really need to work from home. Is that okay? And then it was like, what can you do from home? And what, oh, something happened. What can you do, from your house? And all of a sudden, March 2020 comes around and like, well, what can you do?
Exactly.
Mr. Director, you're
Figure
going to
this
do
out.
everything. You're going to do everything. You're going to figure something out. So,
Mm.
so I was glad for that part of it. As devastating as the pandemic was, there were some leveled playing fields for
Yeah,
people in the workforce with disabilities. I
agreed.
mean, even sitting here now, if I were to do an interview and looking for a job, which God, I do not want to ever look for a job ever again. But if I had to, I could really be leveled by just being seen from the shoulders up. I
Yeah.
look like I'm sitting in a regular chair. You don't know that I have a wheelchair that I'm riding around in. It doesn't get to speak for me before I get to speak for me. And that was
Mhm.
really, really good. That was one wonderful thing. And the unemployment rate is still high for people with disabilities
Yeah,
compared to our non-disabled peers, but it did go down. It did move some,
that's great.
and there's just so many more opportunities that opened up. So that's a
Yeah.
great thing.
Yeah, no, I think our we're in a really lucky kind of era where it's being more focused on and more enlightened rather than
Mhm.
dampened. And
Right.
don't say, hush hush around the corner, and more like, let's talk about it. Let's bring out our people who need supports. Let's talk about the supports they
Right.
need. Let's make more of a deal of it. Let's normalize it, right? And
Right.
whatever
Definitely.
that means. I like to say normal is just a dryer setting, people, but
Exactly. Washing machine. Yeah. And I
yeah,
mean, the other thing is that we're not willing, big tech, big corporate is not willing to accommodate. They won't pay for me to have a caregiver in the middle of the day so I can go to the bathroom.
yeah,
I'm so comfortable at home. I feel better.
yeah,
I can loosen the straps that kind of keep me, in my chair, and I can relax, and, I can have help here during the day and be more productive. Like,
yeah,
they totally dismiss that part of things. Like,
yeah,
I am so comfortable here, and you couldn't pay me to go back in.
yeah,
I'd find something, that was willing to let me stay, in the comfort of my home. It takes a lot to get to
mm,
for people with disabilities to get to where they're going sometimes.
yeah.
And why not just make it easier,
I
just
agree.
give up the ghost.
I
It's
really
so
hope.
ridiculous.
I think so. And, it may take some shaking, and the shaking may be uncomfortable, and things may
Mhm.
fall, and people aren't going to like it, but things have to. It has to
You
be the
have to
case.
evolve.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I have this dead little flower. I don't know why I just noticed this right now, but
Okay.
little flowers
That's
falling down
cute.
on my head.
It's all right.
My daughter picked them out of our little our garden. And the hibiscus, the interesting note about a hibiscus, if you don't know, they only bloom for
Mhm.
24 hours. So I
Yes, my
I
mother
love
loves
like
them.
I love
Yeah.
kind of the lesson in that you always have to
Mhm.
be present and see the beauty in things
True.
now, because in the morning that sucker's gone, So
Yeah, it
yeah,
is. It is.
that
Pay
interesting.
attention. Be
I don't
aware.
know why. That
Well, just noticing the small things,
yeah.
small little things in life that are just, just amazing.
It is so true. And let's talk about your books. I'm
Okay.
excited to talk about them. And in fact, I actually have your website pulled up. So I'm going to
Mhm.
bring that onto the screen. And you can just kind of like take us through it even if you want to. And isn't that fun?
Sure. Yeah, of course,
um,
of course. Love it.
yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
then you can tell us all about it. It looks very cool. Uh, Lots
Thank
of
you.
stories. Yeah, so tell us
Mhm.
kind of like about the themes.
Yeah, so the Jameson family, I've written so far two series. They're both four books each, and then some other mostly romantic suspense. I do write a little self help. I have a self help book called Pack Light Thoughts for the Journey, and it's Pack Light, Light, like, put some more light on your situations in your life.
Okay,
And that was fun
yeah.
to write. I'm actually going to write a book too about that. But the Jameson family, I'm a news junkie, admittedly, and I need to really not be because some of the stories that have come out later just very depressing and stressing and bad for my mental health. But I can't help think about people that end up on the news for a
Mm,
time. Like, that
interesting.
is a snippet of their life, usually a
Wow.
bad snippet, but it's still a snippet.
Yeah.
In Whatever May Come, which is the first book in the Jameson family series, we have a school teacher that's left Virginia and moved to Macon, Georgia. And she has some things that she tried to adopt a child who was being abused in a foster care home. And this actually really happened. A teacher, was trying to adopt someone, and sadly, the child died before she could adopt her. So
Oh,
my books are like shocking, but very
yeah.
romantic, a lot of suspense. And so she has someone left at her facility, and she moves, to try to get over that, get over what happened. But she actually ends up closing that foster care facility down. And so when she moves, there's a new teacher in town, a new assistant teacher who has followed her to exact her revenge because she was affected by the closing of the home that she
Oh,
worked at. And
wow.
also, she has a vendetta against her. Like, if she hadn't poked her nose into, trying to save this child, mind her own business. And that's really why she left, because there were so many people that supported her, Like, yes, you should close down facilities that abuse children. Oh my God, what are we even doing?
Yeah.
But, other people were like, well, that child died because you meddled and you stuck your nose where you shouldn't have,
Interesting.
So she moves to Macon trying to start anew, but old things come up. And actually, they're all siblings in this particular one. I do a lot of siblings. The other series is about 5 adopted brothers who this one woman adopted all 5 of them at various stages, and they all have their baggage. So they all come home back to Virginia when their adoptive mother is facing cancer and about to die. And so there's old flames. Some of them know who their parents are and, have tried to reconcile. Some don't. And one of the boys that comes home, he's a man now, of course. He owns a restaurant in New York and he's a chef. And so he comes home to help bury his mother, his adopted mother, and they all have to reckon with, the people that they left behind when they left. Because when you're adopted, you have obviously a lot of baggage, a lot of broken relationships. So the woman that has become his adoptive mother's friend, she was kind of the girl next door, and he was always in love with her. So there's always people coming back, always a history there. Of course, they're going to get together. I love a happily ever after, but they're going to have to go through some things to get there. And one is just, dealing with his adoptive mother's death, who are his parents. The adoptive son's dad actually is a senator who abandoned him and his mother initially before he was adopted. So there's always a backstory. I love a good backstory. I love a story of triumph. That's what I try to write about. I'm gonna put them through some things. I'm crying sometimes in my own
Nice.
story. Like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, it's okay. Stick with me. I'm gonna fix it. Like, well, you're the one who broke it. I'm the creator. What can I say? So it's just fun, kind of playing like a little god in my own stories and giving my characters have the adversity that I also have. I don't have the happily ever after part. I haven't met the hero of my story yet, but still, it's a way for me to have hope. It's a way for me to live vicariously through my characters and just have so much fun. I've had so much fun creating people, and people write me, and tell me, and it just makes me all warm and fuzzy all the time.
Love this. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful too.
Thank
really,
you.
really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrolling.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, that's the series about the brothers.
Okay.
It's a series about the siblings. And the brothers are siblings too. And then those are just some books that I have released. And those are me at my book signing.
I love this. This is great. This is great. Well,
and now to update that soon with the new books too. So for sure.
Come to see TraceeGarner.com. That's where you can find this lovely website and where you can, and I love that you were smarter than, I'm not going to say smarter than most. I don't want to give most bad rap, but putting your website up there on your name was a very brilliant idea.
And I didn't always have that. I had to go back and get that because sometimes people take your name and try to sell it back to you. So they get word of you going to do something and they go up and buy all the names. So it's so cool.
Well, it's nuts.
Fun.
Well, I love this platform because I can put people's information up too. So I was just like, well, she's so good. She already has it up. And let's see, Tracee Garner. Now am I going to type it right? Now,
please, if you please.
There we go. Oh, this has been so much fun. So tell me what's coming up. What's next, and when can we look for it?
Well, you can look for things this October. I'm actually having a 50th birthday party this October.
Hey, happy birthday! My
October 15th
was just July 13th.
Oh, nice! Happy belated birthday! That was just a week ago.
I know.
So I'm combining my birthday party with a book release party.
Oh,
so
I love
all
that.
kinds of great. Don't let me show you what's under the hood. But so I will have a release party at the Crown Plaza Hotel in October. And I'm releasing a very different kind of book. It's called Gather. And so whenever I do events, I always have a photographer. And I had no idea that one day I'd do a book on entertaining. So it's a complete pivot for me as far as my genre goes. But I will be releasing a book that has a party tips, entertaining, and it actually has very small number, but it's still good, 16 different recipes in there that I
Ooh,
love to make, or me and my mom make, or whatever.
yeah.
And then the other book that I'm excited about is a collection of stories by authors with disabilities.
I
So
love
it's called This Too Is a Life. And
mm,
I'm hoping, I've been getting essays. And if anybody sees this and it's not quite August 1st, they're still welcome to
ooh,
submit an
love
essay. I'm
that.
asking that they be at least 1,500 words. They could be about disability experience, something else you want to talk about. People, I almost have 25 essayists.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited about that book coming out. And I'm also writing an essay in it. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. The authors and people I've been working with, and I've been building this for almost a year since last
Mm,
October. October, why I'm recently releasing it in October is because it's National Disability Awareness Month. And
yeah.
so it's just the perfect month to talk about
Yes, and
disability
your
and
birthday, girl.
yeah, everything. Everything's coming to a head in one month.
Everything.
But yeah.
Oh, that's
So I'm excited. Two
yeah.
books coming out, and then I'm going to take a little break, and then I hope to write a play. I've been working on a play,
Ooh,
a stage
congratulations
play, and so I've been having just so much fun. I really
for
hope
you.
to write in a lot of different genres. So yeah,
Oh, Tracee, this has been so much fun and I'm really rooting for you, excited for you, looking forward to seeing what comes. Please share
mhm.
too. Make sure to share all of that with me because I have a huge community and they will
Awesome,
love to
great.
follow that as well. So,
I will
what a
definitely.
pleasure it's been having you on the show today. I really hope we stay in touch and
Thank you. I
let's
will.
follow each other
Mhm.
on socials and everything. And yeah, just make sure that come back so that I can promote your stuff later.
Of
I'd love
course,
to
I
do that.
definitely will. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much, Sarah.
Oh, thank you, everyone. This is Tracee Garner. Go to traceegarner.com. For those of you listening, go check out her books and a beautiful website. For those of you who got to see it on the video, you know what I'm talking about. So thank you very much. And we will look forward to staying in touch.
Sure. Take care.
In the heart of the city, she's shining bright. Oh yeah, stories of love and courage all throughout the night. Her voice resonating, an anthem for all through the trials and the trials. She answers the call, a mother and a fighter, breaking barriers in stride. With love as her guide, she'll never hide. She's changing the world for you with the heart that's fierce strong, empathy's a melody. In our journey we all belong. Followers gather like stars in the night. So bright, 44,000 voices sharing in the light. She stands for family, advocates for more. A movement of compassion, ways will soar. Podcast together, a symphony of support. Creating life, changing rapport. She's changing the world for you. With a heart that's fierce and strong. Empathy's a melody. In a journey we all belong. Through her eyes, a vision clear. Together we ride, shedding fears in every heart. She plants the seed of understanding and love dearly need. She's changing the world for you with the heart that's fierce and strong. Empathy's a melody. In a journey we all belong.
Empowering voices, meaningful resources, stronger connections. Be a part of it. This is the Neurodivergent Resource Podcast. Join us.